Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my chemistry class for this spring. Sorry that you weren't able to join us last semester, but I'm so glad you're joining us this semester. But in order for you to be prepared and not feel lost, it's really important that you watch this video and do these couple different activities that I have given you to do this. What you should have gotten from me was the flipbook pages, periodic table, which tells you all about the elements, and what's going to turn into your own custom periodic table. Sorry, it's upside down, but I'll show you right side up in a minute. So, first things first. I had recommended in the email to watch this Bill Nye video on chemistry. Please watch that before watching this video, and it will tell you all the basics of chemistry that will prepare you for class and I think a very fun way. This is the periodic table of elements. It's extremely useful and important to the chemist. Now, we will be studying the first 18 elements, from hydrogen up in this corner to argon down in this corner. Now, if you look at the periodic table, it tells you a number of things about each element. It tells you the symbol, which is right in the middle. So this is hydrogen. It tells you the name at the bottom, the symbol H, which is its symbol. If you see that as abbreviation, you know we're talking about hydrogen in chemistry. The atomic number on the top, which tells you how many protons and electrons your element has, and the atomic mass at the bottom. Okay, so hydrogen has an atomic number of 1, and argon has an atomic number of 18. Sorry, it's backwards, but that's kind of how the video does it. All right, so what you're going to do first is you're going to take your personal periodic table, which is 2 pages. And you're going to take the first page and you're going to make your own key. So when you add your elements, because you'll add the elements as we go through the class this semester and learn about the different elements and do some experiments on them, to learn about them. This is your key. So you want to give your periodic table a name, which is up on this line. You can call it My Periodic Table. You can call it, so I could call it Crystal's Periodic Table. Or you can give it whatever name you want. You could just call it Fred. That's all your call. So you will first to do your key. On the top, you write atomic number. In the middle, you write element symbol. And at the bottom, you write atomic mass. And that will be your key. Now, something that's very important is to know the periods of your periodic table. And it's pretty easy. You start at the top, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are your periods. And then you will also have rows. And these periods and rows actually tell you different things about the elements of your periodic table. Now, once you have written those 2 things, that's all you need to do, besides cut off one edge where it has a dotted line on this one, and right here on both sides on the other one. And we will be pasting this into your element book, which you guys will all be working on and making. That's what it looks like on the inside. All right. Now, the other thing we have to do before the first class is learn a little bit about atomic numbers and energy levels, atoms, the atoms of the elements, which have protons, neutrons, and electrons. All right, I encourage you to please go look those up in a chemistry book or the internet to try to understand what those are and what they mean. Parents, make sure it's at an elementary level, unless your child can, enjoys it at a higher level and can understand it. So now we are going to make a flip book of our 18 elements that we're focusing on this semester. So you will have 3 flip book pages. It starts in order. The first one, hydrogen, all the way to the last one we'll be covering, which is argon. Now, you see some little dots inside already, right? Little circles. Those are your neutrons. And they're already filled in for you because there's really no particular pattern to how many neutrons your nucleus, the center of your atom, has. But what's inside the nucleus? There's not just neutrons in the nucleus, there are also protons. So you will need to get an orange pencil or crayon if you don't have one, and we will be filling in the number of protons in your nucleus, the center of your atom. Then your atom has a bunch of electrons that go around the nucleus, and those electrons are on energy levels, and that's what each of these circles represent. So I'm going to explain to you how to figure out how many protons and neutrons you have. Hydrogen has 1 proton and 1 neutron. I'll show you what it looks like here. No neutrons. 1 proton, 0 neutrons, and 1 electron. Now, look at that. Is there any hint as to why we know there's 1 proton and 1 electron? It's this number here. Our atomic number tells us that that is so. So our atomic number tells us how many protons in the middle in our nucleus and how many electrons on the outside going around the nucleus. Now, another important thing to be aware of is that each energy level, there's multiple energy levels, and each one can only hold a certain number of electrons. So,